know, each one of these breakers turns on all the effects, so in the morning just all gets switched on.
These have been here since the ride opened, right? Pretty
Yes.
much,
Yeah, almost everything is original. We've only changed a couple things over the years, mainly just for practical reasons. Also in here, like we control, you know, the work lights in case we ever need to walk in there with more light than just the normal effects. And then these door magnets are for emergency purposes, so we can evacuate the ride really quickly with just the flick of a switch. It would unlock all the doors throughout the ride.
Are there cameras inside?
There are not. So we do give a little degree of trust to our guests.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little too much trust, but there is a degree of trust. So basically, yeah, this has, you know, the ride is essentially all turned on.
Did this open in 72 or 70?
Yeah, 72. Yep. So over here we have our compressor area. It's also an access area to, like, you can basically walk across the entire top of the ride.
Oh.
So just find the right key for it. Alright, it's a little bit loud. There's a giant exhaust fan that keeps the ride from overheating itself.
This is really as big as the building is.
Yep.
It seems like you're in here for, like, you know, they made the most of the space, that's for sure.
Right, yeah. Basically, like, as you walk through the ride, that's essentially the size of the building. There's not any real excess storage area.
Wow.
You know, very few small control rooms for, like, electrical work. But you know, this area serves kind of like a double purpose. This compressor is actually not even, it's partially for this ride, but it's also shared with the water bombs on Thunder River.
Okay.
So we use it for the catwalk scene up front, and then we use it for Thunder River.
Huh.
But this area kind of gives us access throughout the top of the ride, so we could, well, we can change lights out as necessary, and everything like that.
Well, that's pretty wild. I mean, I've been in this thing a million times, and it seems like you're in here for such a long time.
Yeah. And there is access to, like, some of the scenes, so we can walk this way. Just watch your step to not trip on anything.
Okay. So that's the toilet scene down here?
Yeah, toilet scene. It's kind of hard to navigate the ride, because I'm not used to seeing it from above, but yeah. We can basically access any point from above, so we can go down into the scenes if we have to. Usually there's not much work needed on them. Also,
honestly, this is totally fascinating, just seeing it this way.
Right.
Huh.
A lot of the rooms, according to the former head mechanic we saw who built it, they were basically built in sections. So we built the building, and then they brought each room in and built it and kind of worked their way out. Because once they put it together, because the hallways are so narrow, they could not go back to it. So once you built it,
that was it, man.
That was it.
You guys update this thing, and you keep it in phenomenal shape every year.
Yeah. We have a dark ride enthusiast, kind of historian. His name is Randy Scales. He does a lot of the artwork for us to help maintain everything, because our maintenance staff is great at maintenance, but Randy really takes the time to make sure the details and, you know, the artwork
it's amazing.
is restored and kept up to date.
Yeah, it's just like you go to the local carnival and go through one of their haunted trailers, and you can see the stuff hanging off of them. You guys really do a nice job. Are those other lights the service lights, or are those always on? I just didn't remember.
Some of them are service lights, like this one obviously over here is a work light, we call them. These other ones are for the disco ball. So also throughout the ride, a lot of our guests who are firemen or, you know, they work with them, they think our doors are padlocked shut and people can't get out. Well, the door is magnetized. What we do is we padlock the slide bolt open, so that way, with the flick of the switch in there, the magnet switch, these doors will push open, and we could evacuate someone in the event of a fire or any other need to get everyone out very quickly. So sometimes people go, oh, it happens a handful of times.
Fire
every year.
hazard, yeah.
There's a fire hazard. You know, they have those doors locked, closed. No one can get out. Well, it's actually we keep them locked open so no one can slide it
Right.
closed during the day. Also, throughout the ride, if you see an orange circle, that means there's a fire extinguisher nearby. The key for these are universal pretty much throughout the park, so anyone could access those if they were to need them.
Do kids ever get scared and want to go out through the exits at all? Or?
Usually they make that first turn in that shrinking corridor.
Oh, and that's it?
And then they run right back out. That's the point of, you know, decision for them. Yeah, they're either going to make it or they're not.
Freaked me out. This always freaked me out when I was younger too.
Again, this scene was actually not original to the ride. What the intended effect was there was a simple mechanism of a softball. It looked like it was rolling uphill, supposed to like, you know, or
Like a Mystery Hill type. Yeah.
And what happened was it just kind of kept falling off the track, you know, not working right. So they kind of just reconfigured into, you know, the rats, the skulls and bones scene. We just went by another emergency exit. So you can see the difference between that one and the next one. You can see exactly why they had to shorten up the jail scene a little bit. And this scene was actually not a part of the original ride. Even the beast and everything, he's been here for several years, but he was added. He was kind of an empty corner. They decided to add him in, and then last year, Randy Scalos came in and decided to, you know, brighten him up a little bit, give him some more effects to him to make him a little more stand out. But he does look pretty close to probably what a Bill Tracy scene would look like.
This is where I always worried somebody was going to be just, you know, lurking.
This is a common area for some of the younger teenagers to want to scare their friends or scare someone else unsuspectingly.
Right.
So. The quicksand hands were a Bill Tracy original, but they weren't designed with the thought of water being close to them all the time, so they kind of eroded and molded away very quickly. Randy came in a couple years ago and rebuilt them, made them essentially water resistant, so our quicksand hands are back, and the scene's very close to what it originally was.
Did they always turn, or was that was a recent addition too?
They came back a couple years ago, so they did not always turn because they had issues. They were just getting waterlogged. They weren't really designed with the thought of water in mind, even though it was for a water scene. As our mechanic Perry always said, Bill Tracy had a great mind. He just wasn't as practical for maintenance.
Looks like the stuff has held up amazingly well here.
Yeah.
Does that ever pop up or no?
It used to. It was very short-lived. It was not designed with maintenance in mind very much.
Yo ho ho and a drink and the devil has done the rest. 15 men on a dead man's chest.
So yeah, the infamous jail scene, as you can see, it's been a while since our last emergency exit, so that's why, sadly, we had to trim it down a little bit, but people still can run through. I'm pretty sure people still get confused and walk through all of them because
it's pretty dark in here.
It's dark and disorienting.
I always loved this.
This is the local favorite. Everyone in Premiere loves this scene.
I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody either. I ain't got nobody.
So this was the emergency exit for the jail room.
Yeah.
So we passed one well before that, right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of space. I'm pretty sure the fire marshal still is not most happy with that.
The penalty for squeezing the Charmin on this ship is down my hatch.